Hi, guys. I'm Jenny Baines, Operations Coordinator for Winning Solutions Incorporated. I'm here with my coworker, Mark Steffen, who is a Senior IT Consultant for Winning Solutions. So, Mark, this month we are focusing on the topic of manufacturing. And I find it particularly interesting that the National Association for Manufacturers estimates that there are over 239,000 firms in the manufacturing sector here in the United States, all contributing trillions of dollars to the US economy. So, obviously, the workforce behind that manufacturing is huge, but it takes a lot of time to maintain a really efficient and lean manufacturing process. So, here at WSI, manufacturing is one of the primary industries that we serve. Mark, can we take a quick dive to determine why WSI has been so instrumental in helping this industry?
Yes, let's do that, Jenny.
Okay, so let's start with a question related to everybody's manufacturing process. Now, we know everybody has a different manufacturing process. How does WSI deal with that?
Number one way is we listen. So we want to hear about those nuances that make your business different. If you've survived this long in manufacturing in the United States, you're to be congratulated. And you must have a really great process, a well-run business, because we understand that just like us, you're competing with offshore competition. We compete with that too. So we understand and appreciate what it takes to be successful as a business here in the United States. So we want to hear about that. What makes you special? What's different about your process that we need to be aware of? Of course, we're aware of all the general manufacturing concepts and procedures and that sort of thing, but we know there's something that makes your business different from everybody else's. There always is. So please tell us about that so we can do a better job of helping you.
So, how does WSI even start the process of creating or modifying manufacturing software?
Sure. So the first thing we want to do is continue that listening. And after we've heard about the nuances of your process, we really want to take a look at your entire process. So if you can just, as a prospect or client coming to us, if you can kind of just run us through that. So we'll have a work session with you where we'll have a person who has manufacturing process experience, and they'll be on a video call like this with you where you can share screens, and we deal with small to large. So there's nothing against if you still have a process that's on paper, it's nothing to be ashamed of. That got you here, that works. Don't be ashamed of it. But if you're ready to move away from that, we can help you. On the other hand, if you have some very sophisticated processes in place now and they need to become even more sophisticated as your business or market changes, we're going to help you do that. So what we need at that juncture to start the process is just for you to kind of take us through your operation, kind of like if you were giving a factory tour, but without really focusing on the equipment or these things, but focusing on your process. So if you were giving a process tour, we want to know about your process.
Now, we know when it comes to manufacturing that real-time data is really important. So, how does WSI provide real-time status information to the boardroom, the shop floor, all at the same time?
Sure. The key to that is a database, and databases have been around for years and years and years, and they've gotten better and bigger and faster, and they've become more tied into things in the real world. So instead of just having to key everything in, one of the ways to capture real-time data is by talking to PLCs in your plant, or maybe you have scales, maybe you weigh things. And so we want to interface that database to that type of equipment so to eliminate misentered information, to take the burden of entering information off, to be able to capture, maybe more digits of precision in the information that we're capturing. And so once we've got that information in the database, then kind of the sky is the limit. So the boardroom people, they may prefer to get an email every morning with a PDF attached with the report. Or we may need to create a special portal on your intranet that only people within your organization who are authorized to can go in and view reports or view data. And then what's kind of exciting today, and you see this, in airports, and you even see it in a fast food restaurant. No more is the prices for the food up there in little plastic cards that they slide into a track. You're looking at video displays. So video displays have become a commodity item. And they're actually quite resilient, even in fairly harsh environments, even inexpensive ones. So you can put these large home video monitors that you'd use to watch Netflix on your shop floor, and we can pipe information to those. And we've got a very simple and straightforward process for doing that, so that your employees that are working on that floor and managers on the shop floor can see in real time what is happening, what's coming down the line, and any other information that would help them do their job better for you. So we want you to really think, if you don't already have that kind of technology, we want you to, take some time and imagine how it would benefit you, how it would benefit your team members, what information would be of most benefit to them, and then we'll make that happen. So we don't need you to worry about the technical side of it. All we need you to worry about is, this is what I want, and we'll figure out the technical side for you.
I love how you make it easy. So once the system is deployed, how long does it take to turn around new feature requests?
All right. So it can be super rapid. So if you want to be highly iterative and you want things to go really quickly, and depending on what programming tools we use to create it, so we work in the Microsoft technology stack, and we work in a couple of different tool sets. Now, as you get into a larger manufacturing plant with more sophisticated information technology, more IT people, then you're going to probably have a longer, what they call, pipeline. And so you're probably going to want to test things and go kind of slowly, not the go fast, break things and fix them as you go approach. And that's fine. And we can accommodate that. We have teams here that are used to working that way, and they have all the software to manage that process. So we use a system called Microsoft Azure DevOps, which is just a fancy word for a checklist of things you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do them. And that also involves, a loop through of testing before things roll out into a production software environment. That's part of your production plan environment. So we can take that very measured cadence and approach to it. Or, if you're a smaller operation and you know what you want and you look at it and say, yep, that's what I wanted, and roll it out, we can roll out changes through in that kind of process. Usually if a change request comes in before 2 o'clock our time, we can have it to you the same or next business day before noon. So really fast turnarounds, but the cadence will be set by you.
Now, we know a lot of manufacturing businesses already have a set ERP or accounting software. Can a database from WSI be tied into those already existing systems?
It sure can, and we do that a lot. So whether it's something as simple as QuickBooks or advanced as JD Edwards, we have got experience tying into these systems, because as wonderful as those systems are and as beneficial as they are, they can't do everything. They can't match the nuances of your operation. And they may just be, exposing workers to too much of an interface. So we can build a strategic point interface that's just for what that user needs. So it's either allowing them to enter that information or see that information without having to weed through screen after screen after screen of an accounting software. And of course, all of these ERP systems can be customized, but that customization is very, very expensive. And it may be just cheaper to have a nice little database from us that you have control of. And of course, with us, you're going to get all the source code and everything like that. So someday, if you do have programmers on staff, or you already do, but we're just helping them out because they're busy, then they can take over the maintenance of this, and you don't have to reach out to some even higher price consultant within the ERP world.
Excellent. Now, when it comes to moving from a legacy system to a new one, can WSI help with the transfer of that information, that data?
We sure can, and we do this all the time for clients. So basically, the fancy computer term is extract. So we'll extract that data from the legacy system, and hopefully, some of these legacy systems do make this quite challenging, and others are easier than others. So we're going to have to look at that when we engage with you to see, kind of where your system is at. But the hardest part really should be the extraction, because that technology is much older. And of course, with moving to your new system, that can be part of the obligation or the process of your negotiation with purchasing, that is to make sure that their system is open to receiving this data. And so again, we'll use wonderful tools from Microsoft. It may be Access or SQL Server to extract that information. and then we put it kind of in the middle in a database that then we can put it into a different format or adjust it as needed, and then transfer it into your new system, and you're on the road again.
I love it. Mark, it is so exciting to see how enhancing a manufacturing operation from a technical standpoint is totally possible if you have the right team. And I know that our team has decades of experience working with these different types of companies, manufacturing businesses of all sizes. So, if somebody wants to reach out to us and they want to discuss more options, what is the best way to contact Winning Solutions?
Sure. I think the best way, but the best way is up to you. But the best way is just pick up the phone and give us a call. Just call us at 515-239-9900. I'm at extension 102. Jenny's at extension 419. And we will help you out and guide you through this process and get you there. Of course, if you prefer to do things electronically, just come to our website. We're on all the social medias and all that good stuff too. So if that's how you prefer to interact, we're happy to interact with you there too.
Sounds good. We look forward to hearing from you.
Absolutely.